Let me pick up on our caller from the 530 area code. Who's calling today from 530? 530, are you there?
Hello? Yes, I'm here. Hello, David.
Yes, how are you?
Hello? Oh, I'm doing well. I was just called in. I was wondering what you thought about third parties affecting the election this time. I voted third party last time, and obviously that didn't go very well. And man, your connection is not sounding great.
Am I the one with the bad connection today?
Very bad. I
Oh
can
my
hear
God.
everybody excellent, and you sound like you're talking through a tin can.
I-
Sorry.
I'm actually calling from a nuclear submarine. Is this any better?
Yes, actually a little bit. You're
Okay.
at the end of a hallway, but it sounds better.
Good. Well, I actually am in a hallway, so that makes sense. Listen, third party. Okay, so I don't believe that the two-party system best serves our interests. I think that the Republican and Democratic Party represent really a quite a narrow scope of the political spectrum. We would be better served with a much wider scope of representation. I also believe that for as long as we have the campaign finance system we have, and the first past the post voting system that we have, it's going to be extraordinarily difficult for third parties to really make headway. And in the short term, they will potentially have the spoiler effect that it sounds like you might be referring to from 2016.
Yep, totally. I'm calling from Northern California. Sorry I didn't mention that.
That's okay. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, I hope I answered your question. I appreciate the phone call. I do think we are finally getting the phones working properly, which is exciting. Let's go to our next caller from the 978 area code. Who's calling today from 978, and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm calling from Massachusetts. This is just a phone number from Alabama, I believe.
Love it. Okay. I thought 978 was Massachusetts, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, my bad. So yeah, here's my question.
Please.
How do you feel about the current Black Lives Matter movement? And do you think it will lead to meaningful change? And how do you feel about how the movement currently doesn't have like a current leader, like a face to lead the movement?
Well, listen, I don't think it's my place to say whether the movement should or shouldn't have a face or a leader. That's really up. I don't even know to who because there's no leader, but I feel like it's up to someone else to decide. I consider myself Black Lives Matter adjacent insofar as many of the goals of Black Lives Matter are the same goals that I've been pushing for on this program for a very long time. My qualms with Black Lives Matter as a pseudo organization are on the record. None of them, I think, will come as a surprise to people since I've talked about them before. I believe that there was, at the time when the Black Lives Matter and Women's March were sort of overlapping, I think they went in the wrong direction from the standpoint of having anti Semitic associated people speaking for them and organizing events. I think that the way in which some Black Lives Matter chapters have thrown in with the anti-Israeli movement is self-defeating, and it's only going to alienate what is really a natural ally, which is liberal American Jews. I think that they are going to be alienated by some of the anti-Israeli language and stuff about, the fight for Palestine is the same thing that we're fighting for here against police brutality, etc. You're starting to see really wacky stuff come out. Like the reason police are a problem in the US is because they got training from Israeli officials on trips and, like really, really crazy stuff. So, for me, I don't really get too involved in the groups, and I've not even talked about this for probably more than a year, but I'm glad you're bringing it up. But I am Black Lives Matter adjacent in that I support a lot of the ideas that I think most of the people support that are part of Black Lives Matter.
Great. Yeah, I believe like the entire sentiment is very I feel like the public broadly approves of what the spirit and sentiment is for Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
But like I feel like in the media, people are portraying them as, you know, X, Y, and Z, and I feel like that might like ruin the reputation of the movement. So I was just hoping that we could just move forward and talk about what really matters about this movement.
Well, the thing is, what really matters to you or to me might be different than what matters, you know, to the people who are using Black Lives Matter to push Israeli BDS versus the people who are using Black Lives Matter to say, you know, that whatever. I think the whole point is there are things that will have widespread agreement, and then there are areas where you start to lose people. And I would focus on the lowest hanging fruit that can achieve the most meaningful change with the biggest consensus.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your comments. Glad to be on your show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate the phone call. Great to hear from you.